happens when the ground shakes beneath you? Do you get all scared? Do you get fragile? Do you run and hide? My friend, today we'll talk about what's happening when the ground is shaking underneath your feet, and we'll talk about what you can do. Welcome to Layers of Living Water. I am so glad you joined me today. Today I'm going to help you stand strong. Today I'm going to give you some insight into what is going on. For you see, many times in life, everything is going along smooth. Everything is constant. You know what time you're going to get up. You know when this event's going to happen. Every day you just constantly do the same thing again and again. And everything seems okay. And the reality is you could go on in life just like that as long as you wanted to. The reality is that your life could stay the same if you're in that position. But one thing we've learned in life, that this is true until it's not. And then the suddenlies happen. And when the suddenlies happen, what you do is what controls how you're going to deal with the situation. For you see that when these situations come, when these possibilities come, you have the opportunity. For you see, my friend, when the ground shakes underneath of you, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything's falling apart. It doesn't mean that your life is suddenly going to become something it was never meant to be. What it means is you're being positioned for something significant to happen. Something significant, change. Force causes change. And so let's look today, let's think about it. What about the mighty tree that's standing out in the yard? When change happens, when the earth shifts, do you think the roots get worried? Do you think the roots dry up and let the tree fall down? No, of course they don't. For those roots are dug down deep and they are strong. They're ready to deal with the change that's coming. You could be the same way, my friend. Another thing you can look at today is a foundation. For you see, if a foundation is built correctly, when the earth shifts and the change happens, the foundation stands strong. Do you think the foundation worries about it when it feels the shift of the earth happening? No, of course it doesn't. Because it knows that it's strong. It's been built to support whatever is on it. You, my friend, can be the same today. You just have to realize that when the earth shifts underneath of you, it's causing something good to happen. Most of the time, the shifting just means repositioning in your life. Most of the time, it means that your life can be better. When the earth moves and you are tested, don't panic. Just adjust what's going on. You may choose to change. You may not understand what's happening. You may not make sense to you. You may be in a position today where you're saying, why is all this taking place? Just 24 hours ago, everything was smooth and constant. But my friend, you're being moved to a higher level. You're being forced into a position of change that will cause you to be better. Now, I can assure you, you probably didn't choose the change. I can assure you, you probably don't understand what's going on right now. But the reality is the change is coming to make you better. Think about this for a moment. Let's look at water. For you see, water has a tendency to loosen things. You flood water on the ground and the soil will become all loosened and change what it was. You may be feeling that today. You felt like, everything was okay, but now there's a force coming against you. The ground is moving underneath of you. And you see the water. What happens to water when something gets in its way? What happens when you throw a big boulder into the midst of water? Water just moves around it. Doesn't matter how big the obstacle is. It doesn't matter how much the obstacle weighs. the water will reposition and flow around it. You can do the same thing, my friend. If life is positioning and changing, you can say, I realize what's happening. I'm just going to adjust, for this is causing me to become something that I was meant to be. What happens if you try to stop water? Water will do what it needs to do to find its way around it. If a big tree falls into a lake or a river that's running, does it just stop? No. It positions itself. It finds a way around it. Now I know you say, oh man, that's just all common sense. But yes, it is. So we need to have common sense in our life and what we do. You see, you're being repositioned. You are being loosened from what is familiar. So you are being set up to succeed, my friend. Now, I'll tell you, I know not every season of happening, not every season of change that takes place feels safe, nor does it feel good. When that change starts coming, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's a situation that you wish this had not happened. But the reality is, when that change is taking place, you are being loosened from that stagnant position where you are. You are being set free into a new level where you can grow and blossom and become what you were meant to be. That's what the ground shaking is doing for you, my friend. Now listen, I understand that every transition is not smooth. My goodness, I've gone through so many transitions. And when they come, I've many times said, why is this happening? What is going on? Why do I have to deal with this? But the reality of, my friend, is that that transition was moving me to a different level because it was causing growth to happen inside of me. Think of it this way. Growth only happens in a place where commonality or stagnantness cannot survive. If you're in that stagnant position today, if you're feeling like you cannot be moved and don't want to be moved, when the ground starts shaking underneath of you, when that change starts coming, open your eyes and say, I'm a grounded individual. I know what's happening. I'm being moved up to a different level. Because today, my friend, understand that ground shaking, that movement that's going on is not come to throw you off course. It's not come to destroy you, but it's come to place you exactly where you need to be to succeed. It's come to place you and cause you to be positioned to that place where you can have a significant change, where you can do something totally different in your life. So my friend, today, when that ground starts shaking, when that force starts coming against you, I want you to look at it and say, I know what's happening. I may not like the process. I may not be happy with this transition period, but I know I'm being moved to a place where I can grow and flourish and become much better than I just was. So my friend, let that happen today. Grow and flourish and take the change. Take the situation that's coming against you. Take the problems that's pushing against you and allow yourself to change and become a better person. I know you can do it. Now that you understand what is going on, I know you will make the change. Thank you for listening to Layers of Living Water today. I hope you'll follow me and subscribe. Make sure you share this with somebody that you know is going through, needs some encouragement today, and let it help them